In 2004, astronomers found a planet. Not just any planet, a gas giant 3 times the mass of Jupiter, orbiting a young star called Fomalhaut, 25 light-years from Earth. They named it Fomalhaut B. They photographed it, they tracked its orbit, they published papers, and then, in 2014, they looked again. It was gone. Not hidden. Not obscured. Gone. Between one telescope scan and the next, an entire world, larger than Jupiter, had simply ceased to exist. I kept circling one question. How do you lose a planet? This is the story of Fomalhaut B. A discovery that became a disappearance. A world that taught us something stranger than its existence. That in a universe of billions, even planets can vanish without a trace. It began with debris. Fomalhaut is a young star, only 440 million years old, barely 1/10 the age of our Sunday, and like most young stars, it's surrounded by a disk. A ring of dust and ice and shattered rock, the leftover construction material from planet formation. But this disk was strange. It had a gap, a clean, swept corridor in the debris field, as if something massive had carved through it. In 2004, Hubble turned toward Fomalhaut, and there, embedded in that gap, was a tiny point of light, Fomalhaut B. The first exoplanet ever directly photographed in visible light. A pale blue dot moving through the debris ring, exactly where the mathematics predicted. It was hailed as one of the great triumphs of astronomy. But I kept wondering, if it was such a triumph, why did no one go back to check? They did go back. In 2012, Hubble observed Fomalhaut again. The planet was still there, still moving along its predicted path. Then came 2014. When astronomers processed the new images, they found the debris ring, they found the gap. But where Fomalhaut B should have been, there was nothing, not even a glimmer. The archivist pauses. At first, they assumed error, a calibration issue, a processing glitch. So they checked older images, reprocessed the data from 2004 and 2012. The planet was there, clear as starlight. And then it wasn't. When a planet disappears, science scrambles. Theory 1. It was never a planet. Some astronomers suggested Fomalhaut B was never a planet at all, just a massive cloud of debris from a collision between 2 asteroids or icy bodies. The planet we saw was actually the expanding wreckage, glowing in visible light but faint in infrared. This would explain why it vanished. Debris clouds disperse, they fade, they scatter into the dark. But it doesn't explain the orbit. The object moved predictably, gravitationally, like something with mass. Theory 2. It was destroyed, perhaps Fomalhaut. B collided with another planet, or a swarm of asteroids, and shattered. The planet we photographed was already dying, a condemned world on its final lap. But the math doesn't hold. To pulverize a Jupiter-sized planet into invisibility in less than a decade would require a collision so violent, so energetically catastrophic, we should have seen the aftermath, a glowing debris field, thermal signatures, something. We saw nothing. Theory 3. It's still there. The simplest answer. Fomalhaut B didn't vanish. It's still orbiting, but something changed. Maybe it passed behind a thick patch of debris, or its reflective properties shifted as it moved through different regions of the disk. Yet Hubble's sensitivity should have detected even a faint trace. The telescope that found it in 2004 couldn't find it again, which left one more possibility. But what they found next broke every rule of formation. What if Fomalhaut B was something we've never seen before? Not a planet, not debris, but something in between, an object on the edge of planetary formation, still coalescing, still unstable. Some astronomers now believe Fomalhaut B might have been a protoplanet in collapse, a failed world, a structure that almost became a planet but couldn't hold itself together. Gravity pulled it inward, pressure blew it apart. It flickered into existence just long enough to be photographed, and then dissipated into the disk from which it came. A ghost planet, born and erased within the span of a human decade. I kept thinking about what that means. We assume planets are permanent, solid. That once a world forms, it stays formed. But Fomalhaut B whispered something different, that planetary birth is violent, chaotic, fragile, that not every world survives its own creation. In 2023, astronomers trained the James Webb Space Telescope on Fomalhaut. They didn't find the planet, but they found something nobody expected. The debris disk, once thought to be a simple ring, revealed itself in stunning detail. Not one ring, but three. Nested belts of dust and ice, intricately structured, gravitationally sculpted by forces we still do not fully understand. NASA's 2023 Webb data confirmed what Hubble could not resolve. These rings are far more complex than any planetary system we have mapped. In those images, faint asymmetries, gaps, clumps, the fingerprints of unseen mass. Something is shaping that disk. Maybe it is another planet, a real, stable one, hidden in the infrared shadows. Or maybe it is the remnants of Fomalhaut B itself, dispersed but not destroyed, still exerting influence like a gravitational memory. The archivist reflects. We catalogued it, photographed it, named it. Then it slipped through our instruments, like sand through fingers. In a universe of billions of worlds, we lost one. Here is what haunts me. Fomalhaut is 25 light-years away. That means the light we captured in 2004 left that star in 1979. The planet we photographed was already 25 years in the past by the time we saw it. When we looked again in 2014, we were seeing 1989. So when did it actually vanish? We do not know. We may never know, because by the time light reaches us, the moment is already gone. We are not observers of the present. We are archaeologists of light, studying the residue of events that finished long before we turned our gaze. Fomalhaut B did not just disappear from space. It disappeared from time. The planet that vanished mid-orbit, a world we found, photographed and lost, not to ignorance, but to the fundamental limits of how we see the cosmos. A reminder that distance is also delay, that observation is memory, and that even in the age of space telescopes, the universe can still take something back. Fomalhaut B may have been a planet, or debris, or something we do not yet have a word for. But it was real. For a moment, it was there. Now it is filed in the archive, not under Exoplanet, not under Solved, but under Ghost. The archivist closes the entry. If this mystery belongs in your archive too, there are more waiting to be opened. And so the archive grows. Another theory shelved, another mystery opened,